What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video, and today I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on, right? So boom, we're creeping up on 4,000 subscribers. Feels good, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta keep going to really hit the goals that we want to hit, right? So with that being said, man, I need all of y'all to get into the comment box. Tell me something. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's do it. And with that being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and check out this video, the story of MAKADO 600s.
MAKADO, real name Machiavel Sampson, was from Chicago, Illinois. He was a black disciple and a member of the gang 600. 600 claims the area 59th and Calumet to 60th and King Drive. 600 beefs with 051 Young Money, MOB, STL, EBT, Taekwon World, and Jarl City.
I ain't gonna lie,
600 is allied with OBLOCK, Front Street, Lamron, Nico Gang, and THF 46. 600 is known for being a gang full of killers. According to the rapper L.A. Capone, you couldn't claim 600 unless you killed someone before.
That was insane.
Based on what the people around him said.
I remember that. That was insane, boy. That was, you just basically put a body on everybody who was, boy.
MAKADO is one of 600's most dangerous members. He never really got the same notoriety as his peers because he was constantly in and out of jail throughout the height of Chicago drill music's popularity, and he wasn't a rapper. With all of the things that he did in the streets, a lot of people consider MAKADO to be even worse than King Von. MAKADO was already a known killer, but losing a close friend while he was locked up would set him off on an unimaginable rampage.
T-Roy.
On February 14, 2017, just before noon, an OBLOCK member named T-Roy, real name James Troy Johnson, was inside of a store in the 2000 block of East 71st Street. As T-Roy was standing around in the store, a member of Taekwon World named TB and a member of STL named Get Right entered the store and walked up to him. TB then proceeded to pull out a gun and shot T-Roy in the chest. T-Roy was taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at just 23 years old. The whole shooting was caught on camera, and Get Right was not wearing a mask in the surveillance footage. In fact, TB and Get Right had pictures of themselves on social media showing them wearing the exact same outfits that they had on when they killed T-Roy on camera. You would think this would be an easy open and shut case for the police, but in typical Chirac fashion, neither TB or Get Right were ever arrested for it, even though it was so blatantly obvious that they did it.
They say in Chicago, 80% of the murders go unsolved. So for every 10 people you have, you only catching 2. Anybody, especially when you got numbers like that, them gang members, they gonna do it. They gonna go with their move because it's like, bro, we ain't gonna get caught anyways. They don't care anyways, as long as we don't hit nobody innocent, we don't hit no kids, we might get away with it. Now, if you do something like that, they're gonna bring extra pressure for sure.
Following T-Roy's death, members of 600, OBLOCK, and the other sets that they were allied with swore revenge. This would lead to the creation of Get Back Gang, a crew filled with shooters determined to avenge T-Roy. MAKADO would become one of the main figures of Get Back Gang, and he would allegedly go on a horrific killing spree, all in the name of avenging T-Roy.
They saying they got
on May 14, 2017, a Jarl City member named Little Ho, renamed Warren Delton, was standing with a group of people in the 6100 block of South Eberhart when multiple gunmen emerged from the alleyway and started shooting. Little Ho was shot multiple times, and one of the gunmen stood over him and continued shooting as he was laying on the ground. Little Ho was pronounced dead at the scene at just 44 years old. This
too old to be out there, OG. Y'all need to be posted up in somebody's backyard or something. Y'all can't be posted up on no main street like that, especially when it's hot. You know what's going on when they take down a top op like that. You know they coming for their get back. But look, I don't know what's the fascination with standing over somebody, but it just seems like in every culture, every drug culture, Atlanta drug culture, St. Louis, Chicago, wherever, New York, it's just a fascination with standing over somebody and taking their life. It's crazy. Like, that's like the crown jewel
would mark the
or something.
beginning
I
of the
don't
get
know.
back for T. Roy, and it would continue just 8 days later. On May 22nd, 2017, an MLB member named JMO, renamed Jamie Jones, was driving west in the 200 block of West 59th Street when someone in another vehicle opened fire, striking him in the chest, back, and arm. JMO was taken to Stroger Hospital.
But just think about it, right? Okay, boom. You living your life, you doing what you do. Somebody from your neighborhood kills somebody from the ops neighborhood, quote unquote, right? And all of a sudden, niggas just start getting dropped by an unknown assassin. Well, in the streets, they probably gonna know who it is, but to the public, it's an unknown assassin out here smoking niggas. Like, bruh.
He was pronounced dead at just 27 years old. MAKADO was allegedly involved in the deaths of both Little Ho and Jamo, and he wouldn't stop there. He would allegedly get paid to commit a horrific double murder.
I think I heard of this.
Shortly after the murders of Little Ho and Jamo, MAKADO would get paid to kill a woman nicknamed White Girl that was planning on testifying against a member of OBLOCK. On June 28, 2017, White Girl, renamed Janine Dowell, and another woman named Juliet Washington were sitting in an SUV at a red light when two shooters walked up to their car and opened fire. Both of them were shot multiple times and pronounced dead at the scene. White Girl was 32 years old and a mother of 3. Juliet was 41 years old and a mother of 2. Both of them were innocent. However, White Girl had some affiliation with the members of MLB, but she wasn't an active member.
And that's one thing I will say. These courts, these judicial systems, they got to do a better job of protecting their witnesses because they're getting smoked before they even get a chance to go on trial. And then, because they're dead and they was the key witness and y'all really didn't have too much of a case besides somebody to point the finger, they get off. So now, you got 2 bodies, at least, maybe 3. All for what? All for what? And this is what makes people not want to testify against whoever, whether they seen them do it, know they did it, or whatever. It makes them not want to do it because, bro, y'all ain't gonna protect us anyways.
Doing dirt
now
in the streets.
5 kids.
MAKADO and an OBLOCK member named Little Scud would be charged for this double homicide later down the line. Prosecutors uncovered that MAKADO made 15 calls to the person that paid him before and after the murders. Less than a month after this incident, MAKADO would continue his quest to avenge T. Roy.
Bro, he up.
On July 17, 2017, 2 members of STL named Kobe, renamed Stanley Jacoby Mack, and Brick, renamed Jermaine Robinson, were in the 6300 block of South St. Lawrence when multiple cars pulled up. Gunmen hopped out and shot Kobe instantly. Brick ran away and tried to hop a fence when he was shot multiple times in the back. Both of them were pronounced dead on the scene.
Though. They say that
Kobe
when Brick hopped he said they say he got shot in his face. When he tried to hop the fence, there was somebody already back there waiting on him, and he got hit.
Just 31 years old, and Brick was just 26 years old. Brick was actually the brother of famous Chicago rapper FBG Duck. It is widely believed that MAKADO was allegedly one of the gunmen in this incident. Recent paperwork released due to the Freedom of Information Act show that MAKADO was listed as the primary suspect for this crime. Additionally, FBG Duck and Brick's mother stated in an interview that MAKADO would be charged for this double homicide if he was still alive.
And the feds is coming down to Chicago. They getting tired of all the bodies.
Rumors around the internet.
That ain't no rumor.
About Brick. Oh, well, not no rumors. But
they opened this case back up.
So they did?
Yeah, the cold case people picked it up. And I'm working on that now. I can't wait to, one of the suspects that they were going to charge wind up dying.
So that is true?
Yeah, they was trying to say that McAville had something to do with it.
MAKADO would unfortunately continue the senseless killing after this.
He on 7? See,
on
look,
September 26th,
when you got 7 bodies, at this point, I'm knowing he thinking he invincible. And I'm knowing nobody thought he would have, everybody thought they would have got some street justice. Nobody thought he was going to die in jail.
2017, TB, renamed Terry Berry, and another person were in the 7000 block of South Chapel Avenue when a gunman pulled up and opened fire. TB was shot multiple times, including in the head, and was pronounced dead at Northwestern Hospital at just 21 years old. The other person he was with was also shot in the head and taken to Stroger Hospital in critical condition. They are ultimately able to survive their injuries. It is widely believed that MAKADO and an OBLOCK member named HK were the gunmen during this incident. HK is actually the younger brother of T-Roy. HK would lose his life just 2 months after this.
See, look, that's the cycle of death.
On November 24, 2017, HK, MAKADO, and another member of 600 named Little D were in OBLOCK when they spotted a random civilian wearing gold chains and a nice jacket. The group then confronted him, telling him that he's not from there, and pulled out a gun in an attempt to rob him. The civilian then pulled out his own gun and shot at them in self-defense. According to police paperwork,
one thing that I will say about it is, I don't know why I'm just gonna say they be scared. People who are the ones who are robbing people, they have a tendency to shoot you even if you give them what they want. Now, obviously, I'm gonna tell you, just give it up. You got caught. It is what it is. You can get it back. But everybody ain't going for that, bro. Everybody ain't going for that. And especially when they know, like, bro, these folks really be out here killing people. Even when you do that, you might as well take your risk sometimes. I wouldn't have did that, though. I would have just gave it up. There's too many of them.
Either HK or one of the people he was with shot back, but ultimately, HK was shot multiple times. HK was taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at just 22 years old. The civilian was able to get off as it was ruled self-defense. HK's family blamed MAKADO for HK's death as they felt like he left HK to die out of fear of being charged. With all this bloodshed, With all this bloodshed associated with MAKADO's name, he would soon find himself behind bars. MAKADO would eventually get arrested and charged with the murders of White Girl and Juliet. He would be sitting in jail for 5 years awaiting trial before he met his own demise. On September 8th, 2023, MAKADO had passed away in jail from a drug overdose. Prior to his death, his family said that he would always complain about having severe headaches almost every time he talked to them on the phone. An autopsy later found that MAKADO had a 2-inch thick brain tumor that went undetected in the 5+ years he was incarcerated pre-trial at the jail. A county pathologist said the tumor was a significant contributing factor in his death. This would lead those close to him to claim that the jail was responsible for his death and were the ones that killed him. Man, these Chicago stories.
So he had a brain tumor. So tell me, while you out here slaying the ops, you sliding, you catching bodies, you doing what you doing, you making a name for yourself in the streets, and you got a brain tumor you didn't even know. You get jammed up for it, and that ends up being your cause of death. And so it seems he said he was having headaches, so he was going through pain. He was in pain.
Are truly depressing. RIP to everyone that passed away in this video.
Everybody who lost their life. And just in Chicago in general, not just this war where they, you know what I'm saying, was getting back for T-Roy. In general, this is a crazy story, but the saddest part about it all is that this isn't the only story like this. There are more stories like this than you think. Somebody's out here, they causing a whole bunch of destruction, putting on for their quote-unquote gang, killing other people's children, and then somehow, some way, they either end up with life in prison or they die. But with that being, leaving a trail of destruction behind them. But with that being said, make sure y'all get in the comment box. Tell me what y'all thought about this video. That man, your man got about 7 bodies that they can prove. But with that being said, bro, like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. We gone.